Good afternoon, Scott. My name is Bree. How are you doing today? I wanted to jump on here real quick and go through your website in this video to do an audit and show you personally what's holding you guys back from showing up from some of these searches on Google. So I'm going to jump in and start going through what we see, where we think you would get the most value. I'm going to mainly be going over 3 things you could do today to really bring value to your company and start outranking your competitors online. Now, the very first thing I want to go over is your website and then what we call content. Now, when someone Googles tanning CT, Google is crawling the websites on the internet. It's searching through and ranking the results. It's trying to figure out who is the most relevant and obviously who should be listed at the top. Now, when I go through your website, it looks pretty good. This is visually appealing, and overall, it looks well. However, you don't have a whole lot of content on here. So one thing I can tell you about Google is that they love content. They like to see a minimum of 1,500 words on your homepage, and you guys have about 200 words on here. Google comes in and they read this content. So they're trying to figure out what services you offer, what areas you serve, and what you should be found for, what's relevant to you. If there's not enough words in here, they can't come in and they can't figure that out. They're also looking for keywords, and I don't see really most of those keywords on here. And so those are going to help them to figure out what you should be showing up for. Getting that additional content on here, plus having those keywords listed 10 to 15 times, would really ensure that you're going to show up where you want to. If we go to a Google search for tanning CT, this is called the map pack. And so the top 3 listed here are the ones that receive a lot of the work because they're super easy to find and they're obviously listed right away. The websites listed below here, these are called the organics, and the same things apply. So you want to be on the front page and ideally within these top 3 positions, again, so that the most amount of people are finding you. If we look, we can see that Tommy's Tanning is not only first, but also second. So let's take a look at their website. We can see it's a nice website here. They've definitely got some content on here. It's a pretty big homepage. So they know that content is important, but they still don't have enough on here. All right, so we could definitely beat them out content-wise if we got you 1,500 words on there. Now let's talk about why they were listed first. So this is a paid program I use to research websites called Ahrefs. I went ahead and put them into here so we can see what you're up against. The second thing I want to go over is UR and DR ratings. These ratings are super important to where you fall on Google. A UR rating is a trust rating, meaning how much Google trusts your website, and the DR rating shows how powerful you are in their eyes. These numbers are generally raised by backlinks. We can see that they have 890 backlinks coming from 77 websites, and 30 of those are powerful websites. Now, a backlink refers to a link that is pointing back to your website, okay? In Google's eyes, it's kind of like a popularity contest. And a good example of this would be if a blog website wrote an article about tanning salons, and then they listed your website URL as a company they recommended. That'd be giving you 1 backlink. And I want to call attention to their organic keywords. So these are the keywords that they're showing up for and that they're targeting. There's a lot of them. So I filtered for just CT words. We can see that their name, right, they're ranking for their name here. Tanning salons in CT. There's approximately 100 people Googling that every single month, right? And they're in roughly 3rd place. Tanning CT, there's about 50 people searching for that. Okay, tanning Wallingford CT, 30 people searching for that. Spray tan CT, another 60 people searching for that. Tanning Vernon CT, another 10. There's Hamden, another 20 people. Southington, another 20. Bristol, another 60. Right, there's actually quite a bit of search volume in each of these smaller towns, and there's really pretty good search volume for that tanning salons in CT. So these are the keywords that you're going to want to show up for. The more people you're in front of, the more people that find you, and the more people that will go to your website and then call you, right? So it's important to show up for as many of these keywords as you can and at the top. Let's take a look at your website's ratings. You can see your UR rating is pretty good. However, your DR rating is really low. You don't have a ton of backlinks, and only 13 of those are powerful. When we look at your organic keyword, we can see that you do have some pretty good ones on here. All right, so we have your name, nail salon, Rocky Hill CT. Okay, there's about 150 people searching for that, and you're in roughly 5th place. Spray tan CT, okay, you're doing pretty good. Airbrush tanning, 20. Eyebrow threading, 60. Tanning CT, 50. A Brazilian wax, massage, Rocky Hill CT. So you're targeting a lot of words. However, if you want to be focusing on tanning words, for example, tanning salons and CT, you're in roughly 10th place. So you're definitely not in the top 3 there. The goal would be to be in the top 3 for as many of these keywords as you can, right? And we can see that there's about 10 pages. So we'll start to drop farther and farther down for each page. Now, in this video, we went over how you can get yourself to the top for a lot more of these keywords. So 1, through your home page and how you'd want at least 1,500 words on there. 2, through your UR and DR ratings and how you'd want to raise those numbers with backlinks. And then 3, the backlinks. So what your competition has and how to beat them out. By showing Google you have more authority. And if you implemented these strategies, you could definitely be on the front page for a lot of those keywords. Now, I wanted to go into Facebook ads as well. I can see that you guys weren't running any ads, but I wanted to show you some examples that you could go off of. This is a company called Year Round Brown Tanning, and they have some pretty good ads that are doing pretty well. So I wanted to go over what's making them so successful. We can see that they have some pretty nice images. These are images that would make you stop while you're scrolling. They're visually appealing. And their text is pretty good as well. So this one is targeting senior grads who are going to want a spray tan, right? With content in Facebook ads, you really want to have something that's going to pull up people's emotions. So whether it's fear or desire or anger, whatever would apply to you, for you guys, it would mostly be desire. You really want to play on people's emotions. So giving them an example, right? Like, oh man, you don't want to go to graduation without your spray tan, right? Some of their other ads will talk about, okay, now you've got the shorts and the warm weather is coming. You're definitely going to want to go get bronzed and get a spray tan. And even playing on that a little more, talk about how they're going to feel once they have that tan and the confidence that comes with it. These are the things that people respond really well to. Obviously, the picture is pretty important, and you don't want to have much more text than this. So they've done pretty well with the pictures. Content's pretty good, but you're going to want to play more on those emotions to really get people to convert and either call you or come to your salon. I hope that this was helpful for you and gave you a little bit of insight into some of the services we can provide. I'd like to speak more with you about what services you would be interested in and go ahead and create you a proposal so I can get you pricing. I look forward to speaking with you. Have a great day.